The Storm wrapped up their final full season practice here at Skyway Park, and heading into opening night, Coach Dave Ewert emphasized a few key priorities. Following last week's opening night loss to the Jacksonville Sharks, Coach Dave Ewert had one simple message for his team: win. Perhaps the Lightning's biggest challenge entering this season is to find continuity at goaltender, as last year's starter Matthew Guerin will be tested by a 6'6" newcomer from Nashville looking to make his mark in the league, Anders Lindback. For TampaBayStorm.com, I'm Trevor DeGroot. The Storm wrapped up their final full season practice here at Skyway Park, and heading into opening night, Coach Dave Ewert emphasized a few key priorities.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing was we had to have a better defense, and we kind of did that. We brought two guys back, I think it is, off of the regular roster from last year. Tried to revamp that, and obviously you wanted to solidify the quarterback position. You know, for 2 years in a row, 2 weeks before the season started, we lose our starting quarterback. Thank God we protected ourselves and, had Shane Boyd and Adrian McPherson here, so they're competing for a very, competitive spot.
Storm veterans Brad Serini and Rashad Barksdale will be vital to Coach Ewert's priorities, focusing on strong defense and protecting the quarterback.
The focus I've been working on is communicating with my fellow DBs, making sure we're all on the same page. Even if it's the wrong page, as long as we're on the same page together, which, we can't be wrong. So that's what I've been focusing on, is making sure myself, my other two DBs, and the Jack, that we all been on the same page.
Huge to protect them. That's our biggest thing right now. We don't want any pressures, no sacks, no nothing from any of us. And I like them. Obviously, they're good guys. They're good quarterbacks. They're smart. Both of them are very smart, good veterans, and they'll be good at this game. And I know they'll have whoever's going to be the starter will have a good game on Saturday.
Ultimately, the players and coaches feel mentally prepared and cannot wait for opening night, as Tampa Bay will take on the Jacksonville Sharks this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. at the Forum. We hope to see you there. For TampaBayStorm.com, I'm Trevor DeGroot. Following last week's opening night loss to the Jacksonville Sharks, Coach Dave Ewert had one simple message for his team: win.
Try to win a football game. We got to get better at what we do. Got to get better at arena football. Trying to complete passes, but we have to be better than we were a week ago, that's for sure.
Storm defensive back Vance Cuff and wide receiver Joe Hills expressed the need for improvements on both sides of the ball.
Well, we got to get better play out of the secondary and defense as a whole. You got to get out there and give your offense a chance to win the game. You got to create more turnovers and stops. We got to win a turnover margin. We didn't get any turnover. We got a little stop, but we just got to build off that. We got a little taste, and we just going to get a bite this time, and we got to do more than taste.
Just probably more focus. The talent is there. We're still young. We don't really have a lot of veterans, but that's not an excuse anymore because, we already got that one game on our belt. So we know what to expect next time, and we will have a successful game on Saturday.
Tampa Bay will make their final preparations Thursday heading into this weekend's game against the Cleveland Gladiators. Keep it here for complete team coverage on TampaBayStorm.com. The Bolts are back at last, yet head coach Guy Boucher sensed lots of nerves during the team's final practice. Nerves he needs to manage and energy he wants to channel into winning performances.
That's why, to me, it's we got to manage that excitement. It's emotion under control. That's what we got to get. I want to make sure that tomorrow we come in relaxed mind and ready body, and I think the body is ready because of this week.
Heading into the season opener against the Capitals, Lightning center Steven Stamkos believes victory will come to the team that keeps its emotions in check.
Yeah, I think the emotions are going to start to set in probably tonight, but before bed you got to run through some scenarios in your head. You've got to make sure guys try to get the best sleep possible, but it's going to be very exciting. The key, I think, is going to be able to control those emotions. Whoever can stick to their structure and not run around the first 5-10 minutes of the game.
Perhaps the Lightning's biggest challenge entering this season is to find continuity at goaltender, as last year's starter Matthew Guerin will be tested by a 6'6" newcomer from Nashville looking to make his mark in the league, Anders Lindback. The 24-year-old Swede spent the past 2 seasons as a backup with the Predators, and Boucher will give him every opportunity to prove himself in Tampa and hopefully help the team succeed all the way through the postseason. At the Tampa Bay Times Forum, I'm Trevor DeGroot.